Let's talk about the A word. For years now, anyone accusing the state of Israel of being guilty of apartheid in its treatment of the Palestinians has immediately been condemned as an anti-Semite, an Israel hater, someone who doesn't understand what apartheid even is. Just this week, Germany's anti-Semitism czar said calling Israel an apartheid state is anti-Semitic. Here in America, the Anti-Defamation League says the apartheid label is inaccurate and offensive. And yet now, with a government in Israel that is demonstrably far-right and openly racist, increasing numbers of Israelis and American Jews are starting to use the A word. A new open letter signed by over 1,000 high-profile academics and activists from Israel and the United States says there cannot be democracy for Jews in Israel as long as Palestinians live under a regime of apartheid. This morning, a top former Israeli general went on national radio in Israel to say there has been absolute apartheid in the occupied West Bank for the past 57 years, and even compared the situation there with Nazi Germany. And writing in the Israeli newspaper Haaretz this week, South African-born Jewish journalist Benjamin Pogren said that he had spent years arguing with all my might against the accusation that Israel is an apartheid state. However, the accusation is becoming fact, as every day sees government ministers and their allies venting racism and following up with discriminatory actions. The tragedy, however, is that while former Israeli generals and liberal Israeli journalists finally come round to seeing how badly the Palestinians have been mistreated and how that mistreatment meets the definition of apartheid under international law, according to a plethora of leading human rights groups, we have liberal Democrats from the United States, including House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, turning up in Israel this week with the right-wing lobby group AIPAC to reaffirm our special relationship, to praise Israeli democracy while ignoring the protesters on the streets, and to do fawning photo ops with Benjamin Netanyahu. I suspect in years to come we will say these Democrats were on the wrong side of history.